To this day, I still wonder how I even got the wood tick in my ear to begin with. My best guess is that I got it while I was playing outside. I think it fell in my hair and then it crawled into my ear. One day later, I'm in the middle of recess and I'm like, goodness gracious, my ear kind of hurts. I distinctly remember being on the tire swing at recess when I felt this pain in my ear. And I didn't think anything of it at first, so I just kind of shrugged it off and went about my day. Throughout the day, my ear just kind of gets more and more sore and itchy. So I ditch at it, and I start to realize that there's this patch of skin behind my ear that's not the same texture as the rest of my skin. It's like scaly almost, like there's ridges and there's bumps. But there's one problem, okay? I'm 6 years old. I don't know nothing about nothing. So I have to go to like my mom or dad and I ask, is there something behind my ear? Do you see anything? Because at that age, I have no experience. All I can do is consult the jury of my parents to see what they think. So I have my mom take a look at it and she goes, I don't know, honey. You should ask your dad. That doesn't look too good. So I'm a little bit nervous at this point. So then I go to my dad, I ask him, and I don't know how we got to this conclusion, but somehow they figured out that I had gotten a wood tick in my ear and it was feeding on me at that exact spot. So now I'm freaking out because growing up, going to the farm every weekend, my parents have warned me about wood ticks. They've told me not to play too much in the grass because I could get wood ticks on me. So by that point, I had already built up something of a fear to wood ticks, and the prospect of me having one inside of my ear, crawling inside of my body, I was freaked out, bro. I was crying, screaming. I started to pray. I was like, God, please don't let this be true. Please just let this be a false alarm. The drama was so high that day. It was crazy in my house. Unfortunately, it was not a false alarm. I did have a wood tick in my ear. So I had to go to my bedroom. My parents, they were both in the room with me. Bro, we had it set up like a surgical operation. My dad was sitting on the side of my bed. My head had to rest in his lap so that my right ear was open up to like where he could reach it. I looked like that one picture of Biggie Norris when he's like laying in the hospital stretcher, like with a tear running down his face. That's what I looked like, tear and everything. The entire conundrum in total took probably about 2 hours, I would say. But the strat this is a OP strat, okay? If you ever get a wood tick in your ear, what you have to do is put Vaseline at the spot where it was sore. So that spot that I felt behind my ear on the outside, we put Vaseline on it. I don't know what it is, but they really do not like Vaseline. So if you ever even get a wood tick on you, period, Vaseline is the strat. And all that was left was for my dad to go in the inside of my ear with the tweezers to try to pluck the little sucker out. Now, this step, you do kind of have to be careful because there is a possibility that you detach the wood tick's head from its body. And see, the thing about wood ticks is that unless you have extracted the head, it's still going to keep sucking. Like if the head is still inside my ear after he plucks out the body, it's still going to keep drinking my blood because the wood tick can live without its body. It can pretty much just regenerate the entire body as long as it has its head. Okay, to make a long story short, we eventually get the whole tick out of my ear. We didn't have to worry about the detached head thing. That would have been a whole different problem, but no, we got it out. And by this time, I was pissed. I wanted to get revenge on this wood tick, but wood ticks are kind of hard to kill. You need to use fire to kill it. It's pretty much indestructible too. You can't just crush it, you can't squash it. They're like made out of tungsten. Like these guys are super strength, super resilience, basically immortal. So before my mom kills it herself, I go up to her and I go, Mom, let me handle this. So I take the wood tick, I get our family lighter, I go outside, I go onto my driveway, put the tick on the driveway, and I say goodbye. No, I don't know what I said. I know I said something dramatic. It was probably like, goodbye, thanks for ruining my day. And then I burn the guy to ashes. But I was thinking about it the other day and I was like, wow, this is really some people's worst nightmare. Like getting a bug like that inside of your ear. And to know that I got one in my ear and I lived to tell the story, I think that's bragging rights for me. I didn't even know that I could have gotten Lyme disease from that. I was 6 years old. I was in the first grade. I could have died. I could have gotten Lyme disease, but I survived. I didn't get Lyme disease. I don't think I got Lyme disease. If I did, I didn't know about it. But that's the end of my story. My only advice is to use bug spray, always be mindful about where you walk, and yeah, that's all. Thank you!